What is up, folks? It is Dan Rojas here with another Takeover podcast episode. Bringing nothing but fire content, zero branding, amazing stuff in our real estate industry. And today I have two of my closest friends with me. I've got Todd Schroth and Jeff Osborn in the building, in the house. You guys are in the same office right now, right? You guys are like
I can watch him.
You'll see his hand can stick it. You'll see his hand in the screen. He can just stick his hand and it'll pop into mine.
Because he's that tall and that long.
I get my arms long enough.
That's so funny, man. Well, welcome to the show, guys. We've had Todd before. Jeff, this is your first time. Welcome to being on the Takeover podcast. Folks, if you're watching, you can always rewatch these or catch these again on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, wherever you guys listen to your podcast, we are there. And today, we were talking about this last week with Todd on Agents to Win. We were talking about this is the year of relationships, right? 2021 is the year of relationships. And it was funny because these guys, I was telling yesterday the story, Todd, about how we met on a trip to Scottsdale, right?
Yes.
And,
who is this Dan Rojas?
But it was funny because the way it all panned out was actually super interesting because typically in this industry, at least previously, maybe a few years back and prior decades, it was pretty much all separation, zero collaboration, right? If I'm correct on this.
Yes.
I'm a baby compared to you guys in this industry. I really truly am.
No. I don't with that.
So
we're a baby compared to him.
No, that's not true. That's not true. But it's funny because we were talking about it yesterday in boot camp, right? So we have a boot camp at the end of every month for all of our new agents. Even if you've been in the business for like 5 years or less, it's beneficial to you. And Todd today, as soon as we were hopping on the little green room lobby, Todd's like, "Hey, I heard you were talking about me yesterday." I was like, "I certainly was." But it's funny because we met on an airplane trip out to Scottsdale, Arizona for some leadership chats, some leadership conferences, and that's pretty much how it went. It was really ironic because we were starting to bounce ideas off each other. We were at a fireside chat coming up with these ideas. Mac and a boss said bye to us at that point because they were like, "Hey, we booked tickets for this conference. We're leaving now." We're like, this conference isn't even over yet. And so I was like, all right, see you guys later. And then, Jeff is a force to be reckoned with here, man. This past year, this man set the real estate market on fire. We're talking over 36 units and 12 million sold in just 2021 alone. Todd, we're not even going to talk about your numbers. I'll say the combined, you guys are 140 units plus, 52 mil combined between the two of you. So, on this call, we've got over 65 million in volume on just 2021. So congrats to you guys on that. But let's talk about a few things. This is the year of relationships. And obviously, Todd, the reason you came to mind yesterday, the reason we were talking about you during boot camp is because of the relationship you built, AKA this is how Jeff is in the whole picture as well when it comes down to it. So let's talk how you guys met. Tell me a little bit of background on that. Jeff, take the charge on that one.
Okay.
So, at the gym. That's where it was.
I'm like, Jeff, take the charge, and Todd's like, I got this.
I don't believe that. That might have been the only time I seen him at the gym is that one time. But
that was it. It only takes once to meet you, then you never leave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so let's see here. I asked Todd to go to lunch. I got my license. I was with the team, and I knew that I wanted to go full time. And Todd was locally. I knew that he was close by, but in the job I did, I met his sister. I used to do additions, pool enclosures, and I think that kind of, hey, that's your brother, blah blah blah. So I took him to lunch, and then kind of picked his brain and stuff like that. And that was like the day I was fasting, so it was very very difficult. I was starving. We're at Panera. I don't do that anymore. Intermittent fasting, no more. But that's how I met him. So you talk about relationships. I was trying to meet one person a week to build a relationship so I could get to my goal.
So what was your goal at that moment in time? Because obviously you were trying to do relationships. So let's talk about that.
Full time. I wanted to transition into real estate full time as fast as possible. And that's very hard. It's very difficult to be successful full time in real estate. We do it. We have succeeded, and we might make it look easy, and it's not. But building that relationship with him, building that relationship with other people, researching the brand and the brand that I was at, trying to figure out what was the best fit for me. are you talking about like numbers? But the main goal was to leave the current job. And I knew this is what I wanted to do. This is what I was good at. This is what I was passionate at. My old job was about building relationships. And I tell this to my team members, and it's not about when they can buy, when they can sell. It's not about how much they can get qualified. It has nothing to do with that, because none of that matters if you don't have a relationship with them that they can trust you. And that goes to trust. So relationship, the next phase is trust, confidence and skill set and adding value. But you want to get to that trust level. So they're never going to go anywhere. They're going to stay with you, for your entire career and be your number one fan. But it all starts with building that relationship.
You should have taught the connecting workshop last night instead of me, man. You took the words right out of my mouth. That's a lot of stuff that we went over yesterday. It's true. Sometimes our job here, people tend to forget our job isn't helping people buy and sell. I mean, that's a byproduct of it all, but it's a relationship job at the end of the day. And sometimes it doesn't make sense for some people to sell or some people to buy. That's our job, to kind of advise them and guide them through it. Todd is actually one of the best I've ever met when it comes to that. And we talked about that last year. So if you guys want to reference the referrals podcast we did last year, Todd does things such as like community events, like barbecues. His closing gifts are unparalleled, realistically, and
I'm giving him a run for his money with his closing gifts.
Just try to catch up.
And the only reason I am is because I'm this close to him. So like, it's hard. He gives a lot, and that's building relationships. It's keeping that relationship.
To me, it becomes about brand awareness. Everything we have has our name on it somewhere, whether it's small, large, whatever. I mean, this is our shirts we gave away at a community event. So that's just branding. And I see people walking around with them on. The daycare, the kids, if they, it's cool. We have the extras. They get them at the daycare, and the kids go home with them on. Where we host our events. Names all over the school. So just anything we could do about brand awareness is really what it comes down to.
So I love what you guys are saying, because it's almost like as if I don't have to host the podcast anymore.
Right.
You guys can take over, right?
I'll talk.
But this is we know you'll talk.
Let me go.
But let's kind of dive into that, because like Jeff is saying right now, this is the year of relationships. We're coming out of 2020. For a lot of people, it was a real shitty year, to say the least, right? For a lot of people, and some people, it was an amazing year. And we were talking about all the people moving out of California, Seattle, Chicago, Washington, New Jersey, New York. Let's talk about how you guys are taking opportunities to go ahead and capture that. Todd, a question for you: are you utilizing any of your network or connections to go ahead and start capturing leads from outside the state of people that are moving in? Because we're in Florida, so those of you watching that might not know, we are based in Central Florida, but we do handle all of Florida. But we are getting an influx of buyers and people moving into the state. So Todd, are you seeing that influx on your end on the north central side of Central Florida? And what are you doing to kind of capture those opportunities?
So we're working on that right now. I need to reach out to my national database of agents that I have a connection with to say, hey, refer us down here. That's my biggest thing I'm not doing right now, and I need to make a change on that, whether it's just weekly updates or market updates or just as what's going on in Florida, so they remember us and we can stay top of mind. We have advertising that we're doing out to the markets in those areas. We're trying to revamp those markets or those ads as well to be more specific. That's the stuff we're just doing through Google and some Facebook ads that we're targeting. So moving to Florida, we want to be able to be number one to pop up.
Jeff, what are you? I know we talked beforehand. You're using Zillow, so are you seeing that through your Zillow leads and your Zillow platform? Are you seeing those influx of buyers coming in from those states? And what are you kind of doing to maximize that opportunity?
There's two things. Well, I'll back up. There's one thing that gives me an edge. And again, that's my background in construction. I know Central Florida, all of the cities, all of the subdivisions, because for a decade, I ran estimates. So I can tell you what type of neighborhood, where's the grocery store, where's the 7-Eleven, where's the Wawa, where's the racetrack, because I lived at the gas stations. But having said that, when you have somebody, out of town that's never been to Florida, how do you handle that? Now, people have called me the open house king because I do a lot of open houses. And, I'm good at a lot of things, but for some reason, people, have crowned me that. So when people come into my open house and they're either from Florida or not from Florida, I focus on what they want, and then I take them through the map. So I'm utilizing my experience knowing Central Florida to find the best location for them. And then also trying to reach out to my past clients, letting them know if you know anybody coming. Remember, I don't just do Orlando or Longwood or Paca. I can take care of Kissimmee. I can take care of Claremont. I can take care of New Smyrna, Cape Canaveral. But so I'm trying to add that to everything that I say, because I do see a lot. Now, you mentioned with Zillow, my last 3 closings were individuals that were from out of state. Now, maybe not 3, 2 or 3. And it was faced that we saw, they didn't even see the house in person. It was all, so you go back to that relationship, you go back to that trust, or trusting you to be your eyes. And not everybody can do that. It's a lot of pressure. That's something that I can and I'll take on. But I use that to get them the house that they want.
So it's funny you mentioned that, because right after this, Todd had asked, he's like, what kind of time frame are we working with? I was like, a slim one. We got to do our 30-minute segment, and then I got to dip because I have a showing, right? I got a showing after this, and it's exactly what you're saying. This is somebody who's in Louisiana. I've been working with her for about 6-7 months now. And it's funny because I've done a lot of things virtually, and people start to ask, like, well, how is that working with COVID, and how is that working in general? I'm like, listen, relocations before COVID, we had to reinvent the wheel when it came to virtuality, right? So we kind of use these techniques, and I'm sure you're using some of the similar ones that I'm using over here. And I just do, I use WhatsApp chat, or if I'm friends with them on Facebook, I do a video chat through there, or WhatsApp. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll add in an actual video walkthrough tour where before I get on a chat with them, I'll actually video everything, and then I'll get on a video chat with them. So that way they have something to reference afterwards, saying, oh yeah, I remember when Dan walked through here, and this is what it looks like. Another thing that we're using is kind of like a 3D mapping program called Asteroom. We're using that right now. It takes about 25 minutes once you've got it down to a science. It's just a 3D mapping tool. It kind of gives that dollhouse feature where they can kind of go around. But it's great because you have to get in the mindset of, like, these people have never seen this house. They're probably not going to see this house until we close, if they come on closing day, right? Because sometimes they don't. Sometimes these folks show up afterwards just to move in because they'll sign it digitally. So it's great you mentioned building that relationship. What are some of the things that you do after you receive this lead to kind of build that trust? What are you doing in that process, Jeff, to kind of take?
Good question. Good question. I'm going to answer that. I'm going to go back to what you're going to after this, because that's important. BombBomb is something that BombBomb. So BombBomb, it turns a 5-10 minute video into a link, just like YouTube, and they don't have to download it. So what I do as I'm driving, before I even get in the subdivision, I'm videoing me driving down the road, before the subdivision, and then turning into the subdivision. And then and then I turn it off once I get to the house, send it. And then I'll do a walkthrough video. I try to keep it under 3 to 4 minutes so it doesn't take forever to, download, get the link. And then I'll send it. And then I'll say, hey, look at this, I'm here, and then set up the call. So BombBomb, highly recommend. WhatsApp app is something that's free, but if you're heavily invested in this and you want to see your clients succeed, now branding, Todd said branding, when you send them the video through text message, you can see that they watched it, and the image begins with your logo or whatever you want. So it says Osborn Homes, blah, 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 and then it starts. So every time they watch a video, they're seeing you. Your second question was, what am I doing to build the relationship with them? The only thing that I'm really good at is following up. I follow up like crazy. And you have to get creative on how you can follow up. I like to joke and laugh, and I keep it very light. The customer can never be wrong. You never want to put them in a situation where they have to answer no or yes. It's always, sure, whatever, let's go. You don't text them and say, hey, what's going on, or blah, blah, blah. It's a light thing, because you got to remember they have all this other stuff going on, and you're not up there yet. You're not in the scope of what needs to get done, but you want to be right there. So when it's your turn to get in front of them, boom, there you are. Oh, Jeff keeps sending me these goofy things and goofy videos and these homes and have a great day. And I haven't talked to him in 2 months, but they know that they can easily reach out to me, and I'm ready to go. Does that answer your question?
It's funny. Yeah, it's perfect. It's exactly what I'm looking for, because, what I was looking for was being top of mind is also a huge authority point when it comes to building relationships, right? Because it shows that you have the follow-up skills to say, hey, I've got the technicality and skills to get this job done correctly for you. If I'm badgering you this much, sending you all these funny little messages and emails and texts, obviously I'm going to get the job done once it comes time to produce for you. Now, it's funny because between the two of you, we've got both sides of the spectrum, right? So this is fantastic when it comes to creating that relationship, which is fantastic. That's how you got to get these things going. You got to show these people you're a human being, right? We got to show them that we care, that you're doing this out of love and trust and experience on top of everything. But Todd, tell us about what you do to retain those relationships and how to harness that. I know we've dove in the past, but what are some of the tools that you're using or planning on using this year as well to retain and hold on to those relationships for future referrals, for future sales? Let's talk about that.
It's honestly just staying in touch with your clients, and you know, we actually have a team coach right now that's working with us on some things about how to stay top of mind. You pick out your top 25 and really be heavy on them, and just to generate the referrals from them. And so that's what he's walking our whole team through. You know, you see on Facebook, somebody's pregnant, send them a little, you know, congratulations, send them a gift, et cetera, et cetera. You do something like that. Most of my business is just people seeing me on Facebook, and I don't post that much real estate stuff anymore. I used to post, because I'm not as much in the field with the open houses and everything, where I'd say, hey, come check out this house. Now I do post our pendings and random things, but because they keep seeing me doing stuff or we're tagged with our team, they're going to see that. And, so that's what's keeping us going. Now, in a lot of my database, we have another thing we do called a letter from the heart. My wife will write a letter every month that Rachel sends out to our top 100 to 200 people, and it just talks about what's going on in our lives, what's going on with the business, and a little real estate blurb. We don't try to make it too businessy because we just want it to be, you know, personal. And that goes out to the people, and some of them love getting it. Another one in our neighborhood that we're doing, of course, every year we mail a calendar. So we moved into the neighborhood. We've been doing it prior to living there.
Thousands.
3,000 to 7,000 calendars every year go out. And so one guy, when we moved into our house from the neighborhood adjoining, he stops and he goes, now I know why I know you, because I have a cup of coffee with you every morning. Your face is on my fridge. So
I have a cup of coffee with you every morning because you're
brand awareness. You know, we keep our brand out there. Now we're trying to get more digital with the brand, obviously through Google and Facebook, and expand it a little bit more. But Dan, I wanted to make a comment before, going back, you know, what were you doing for people who are relocating? I had a client back in 2011 or 12 who wanted to have me video of a house for him. And so he asked his lender friend, he goes, hey, if I wanted you to send me a video of a house, how would you do it? My mom used to do it with a VCR tape. She'd go through and record and then mail him the tapes. Now I had my flip camera. I went through the house, videoed it. I'm like, how do I get this large file to him? Oh, wait, I'll upload it to YouTube. And so that guy thought I was a tech genius for doing that back in 2011. Now, obviously, it's all FaceTime.
Yeah.
You are a tech genius, Todd. You are.
Yeah. The original. You were sending VHS tapes. Your mom was sending VHS tapes. You were the original.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. So it's funny because the lengths you go to, and people don't realize that how much we go into prepping this, right? So agents, if you're paying attention, there's a lot of key things as an agent that you need to take from this, right? You need to take from the fact that from the get-go, first things you do, as Jeff was saying, are going to set the tone and experience for your client, right? They're going to set the relationship tone, which is super important because, you know, some of these clients are out of state. They're literally trusting their entire lives to you doing this the right way, and they need to feel comfortable doing it. And, you know, what Todd is saying in the long run, as far as like sending out and doing touches all the time, whether it's an email, whether it's a letter from the heart, whether it's a calendar, a magnet. I know that Todd sends me a Christmas magnet, fridge magnet every year with his family on it. So I get to spend Christmas with you, not coffee with you, but I get to spend Christmas with Todd and his family every year because it helps retain mine. And some of these things sound like they're costly, right? Like the magnets, that might be costly, quote unquote. But there's things you can do for free, and the magnets, I'm sure they're not that expensive to be quite honest. They're
about $1 a piece with mail. So my Christmas gift to myself is mailing my entire neighborhood my face.
Neighborhood
$5,000 and $7,000. Yeah. But the payoff is one closing obviously pays for it. You want a better return than that, but the residual is what we get.
Yeah.
How long have you? I wanted to point out something real quick, Todd. How long have you been doing that?
That we've been doing for 10 years, but my partners that I took over the community from were doing it for the prior 20 years.
So Go ahead.
If you go to like my sister's fridge, my niece sends me a picture. She goes, "Wait, we're missing a year. What happened?" You know, she's got them all down the side of her fridge since 2014 when she moved into her house.
Get that picture. See that right there. You just pointed two things. One, I asked how long. He said 10 years. You know, a professional athlete, a singer, an artist, a rapper, whatever, to be the number one person, you got to do it for 10 years. People don't look at that, right? Two, okay, that thing he said about all of them, take a picture of that and say, look, I've invested this much, and that means I'm here. You know, I'm serious about this. Something I started doing, and it's paid off. It hasn't paid off big, but then again, I'm only on my third year. Is I do mailers yet. I'm trying to get to his level. He'll probably kill me when I do it. He'll probably like block the mail guy, pay him not to deliver him. But I go to my neighborhood with door baggies, and they look amazing. And I give glow sticks, and I do safety for Halloween, and I do it. Either 3 or 4 glow sticks, American flags, boat parade, and it's either 3 or 4. But what I want to point out is the glow sticks on Halloween. Every kid in my subdivision is in the glow stick, and they get mad they don't get one. Because one year I ran, and there were 6 houses couldn't get to, and they're like, "Hey, we didn't get our glow stick," you know. So, and then on the boat parade, I advertised the boat parade at Lake Brantley because no one knew about it when I moved. I didn't know about it. I knew about it when I didn't. The people in the neighborhood had no idea that we had this amazing boat parade. So I was like, "Hey, here's an idea. Let's, tell everybody because it's a family event and get us all together." So I put a flyer, boat parade times, your neighborhood realtor, and then here's a light up necklace. And then every kid that goes down there has a light up necklace. So it's family, and you're just showing them, you're aware, you're advising them on what's going on to take advantage of it.
So it's funny you say that because one of the things that we did with my wife before last year, the years prior, we would actually make cookies and we'd package them and we'd have like a nice little Christmas tag, and we'd go and deliver them to all the neighborhoods and then obviously all of our previous clients and stuff like that. This last year we didn't do it. Obviously COVID, we didn't want people to be terrified of those things, but
I did it anyway.
But we learned the hard way because that first year was a rough learning curve for us. We spent hours and days making cookies, frosting these cookies, and then second year I was like, we're just gonna drop the money on the cookies. We're gonna buy them from Publix. They make them better anyways. So, but
food's dangerous.
Yeah, but extremely. Those Publix cookies are amazing. One of the things, it's funny because I'm showing this comment from Jose Amoroso, one of our friends and colleagues and business partners, but it's perseverance and consistency. And when all you hear from the three of us, it's the same unified message across the board when it comes to it. And the reason we do this isn't just for business. We actually have fun doing this. Like you just said it. That Lake Brantley boat parade or boat tour was not promoted beforehand. You barely knew about it yourself. So you took an opportunity to find something cool in the community and showcase it because you thought personally, this is neat and I think more people should know. And that tends to be the case with all three of us when we do things. It's like, what else can we share? What else can we promote? We're on a time crunch. So let's talk about what we're seeing trends for this year in the market. So now let's make a shift because obviously we've got a lot of clients that also watch this show too, and a lot of future clients, past clients, and just general buyers and sellers. So Todd, what are you seeing for trends this year in our market, at least, interest wise? What's happening? How much inventory? What are you seeing for this year?
It's going to be a two-part question. One of those, it depends on the policies being put into place currently. If they do take effect, how fast they will take effect. But two, we have no inventory. So, we're 6 weeks of inventory in Orlando and Central Florida, really in Florida. So if we keep that inventory level and the rates stay as low as they are, then, we're going to keep consistent. I think we're going to still see some values still increase. I don't really quote percentages. But if we see that, it's still going to be a bidding war. I've got one house we just had to go 10% over, 40 grand. Another one, 10 grand over on a $300,000 house. So we're still going to see bidding wars, I think, through the rest of the year. Most likely the next 2 to 3 years because of the money that they're putting at stuff.
So I agree with you. Quoting interest rates, I can't, we're not really, shouldn't be quoting. We'll leave that to the lenders and the professionals. That all depends on a few things. But I will say that touching on that topic, they are going up. They've already gone up the last 3 weeks. That's something that's going to stay consistent with everything and what's going on.
But Dan, think about it. You said they went up. What are they? 3%, 3.25%. I mean, I bought my first house at 18%.
Yeah. No, it's still
That was
definitely
a long time ago.
the lowest rates we've ever seen. What I'm saying is, if you are thinking about buying this year, the earlier you buy in the year, it lines up with what Todd's saying about the policies being put in place government-wise, right? Federally. So what he's saying is that yes, we don't know. We don't have a crystal ball. It depends on these policies, how they work out. Things are moving very quickly in this country right now when it comes to government policies. But I will say that they have gone up slightly, and depending on your credit, it could have gone up a full percent already. So anywhere from 0.25% to a 4%. Is it still affordable to buy? Yes. Would I wait till the end of the year? If you have the opportunity to do it now, I would not wait. That's my opinion. But as Todd said, there's a low inventory. So Jeff, tell me a little bit about what you're seeing, market changes, what your plans are, or what you're guiding your clients through this year. What are you seeing? What are you saying?
That's like 3 big questions. I'm going to focus on one thing that I think is very, very important. Todd kind of hit the market thing, foresight, have an 8 ball, shake it. It's hard to predict it. But what I'm seeing is the agents that are not capable of having the skill set to get their client's offer accepted are losing. I meet a lot of buyers. Again, open house king. I have both, right? Buyers, sellers. But they walk in. I put 4 offers in. I'm like, you put 4 offers in on 4 different homes? Yes. Oh man, what happened? We lost them all. Why did we lose them all? I don't know. My agent, I don't know. And what I say, I mean, you can steal it. What I say is the reason why you lost them all is because there's an agent like me on the other side that just won, because I know all the strategies. I know the concepts. I know about building a relationship, not just with like the client, but building a relationship with the listing agent, finding out if there's anything unique that you can do differently for the seller that will set you aside. The more video breakdown, I do a video breakdown with the offer that you can get in front of the listing agent, the more they're going to remember you. So those other questions are important. But right now, the main concern is if you want to buy a home, you need to pick an agent that's going to have the skill set to get it done, because there's a lot of agents that are failing at it. Not bad. There's nothing wrong with that, but they don't have those extra key concepts that me and Todd or you or might have, and we'll be more than happy to go over them. But how many times can you lose out on a home before you give up? Or what if your lease is ending in 2 months? Or what if your home's under contract, the home that you did get under contract, the inspection went bad, there's mold everywhere, and you can't get around that. You had to cancel, and you have to find another home. But the agent that sold your home thought he did a good job because it went under contract in an hour. They probably could have got better, right? Thinking they did a good job. But then they realized he doesn't have the skills that it needs to be done to buy a home. There's 2 different things there that you don't see. A client, a buyer, a seller doesn't see until it's too late.
So what I'm hearing here is do your due diligence as a potential seller or buyer on who you're working with, and not just them, because sometimes an agent might be what we call fresh. They might be new, right? I would, if an agent is fresh, don't automatically discount them out.
No.
Technically, I'm a baby in this industry, and I'm a shark, and I can play with the rest of them, right? I can play with the big boys in the big leagues. But what I'm saying is, if you're gonna work with a fresh or new agent, don't discount them, but find out who their mentors are, who their team
lead.
Because sometimes it's not just the agent. Sometimes it's the team they come with, realistically as well. Because any of my new agents that have done 0 deals, I'm overseeing that deal anyways. When they write that offer for their clients, for you guys, they're sending it to me before sending it off. And what I'm doing is I'm verifying the address. I'm seeing who the listing agent is. Is it Todd? Is this one where I got to text Todd and be like, hey, Todd, I'm sending you an offer right now? I'm working with Jeff. Am I also representing the seller on the other end, right? Which happened to Todd and I last year, right? I represented a cash buyer on a townhouse that Amber Callahan was selling, and her buyer or her seller was buying something from Todd. And so for Todd, it was really simple. This is the key power of these connections and who we are and how we work within the industry, right? That Todd literally picked up the phone, didn't even bother talking to Amber, just called me and was like, hey, is this going to happen? And how solid is your buyer? I was like, oh, cash buyer, investor, we're golden. He's like, done. That's all I needed to know. Literally, it was a 30-second call with Todd.
Agents want to work with agents that do business. They want to work with agents that aren't going to make it a problem. And that's a big deal. And agents that or, there's nothing wrong with being new. It's who you're surrounded yourself by and who's coaching you and helping you. Because I was in that same situation, but I still won. And the reason why I still won is because I went to the person and I said, hey, what would you do? And I got some scenarios. I might have a natural skill set that some others don't have, but it doesn't mean that you still can't win. It's at the end of the day. And if you work hard enough at it, you're going to win it.
The biggest thing I could say on that is don't be the jerk in your local market.
Yeah. Don't be the that's for sure.
I wanted to use a different word, but I'm going to use jerk, and it's probably still too strong. But don't be that person in your local market that everybody remembers the name. Oh, my God, it's him or her. I can't stand this offer. The last one I did fell apart. I mean, look at the Orlando Mastermind, the people complaining about lenders in there. Like, don't be that lender. Don't be that realtor. So
I tell you, being on the up and up on your skill set is huge. I mean, we're constantly doing classes. I mean, the three of us, you just mentioned it. Todd, you've got a coach for the office. Jeff and I were just talking about mentorship and leadership and certifications and stuff like that before we hopped on this call. And that's the kind of stuff that kind of really separates. So, as clients, as potential buyers and sellers, you guys should be paying attention to who you're working with. Are they a top 35 under 35? Are they an icon agent? Do they have an MPR certification? Do they have the REO certification? Do they have the short sale expertise? Whatever it is that you're looking to accomplish, are they there? Did they go through 72 hours of commercial classes like we're handing out this week in training, right? So it's like, do they have that expertise level, and are they capable of accomplishing what you're looking to do? Guys, we're running out of time. I love you guys to death. This is fantastic. Todd, give us one key point for agents this year, something that they can implement right away or something they should take away from today's call.
All right, I'm going to give you two. Don't be that jerk. And
okay,
two,
I love that. I love that.
Just over-communicate every time you can when you're putting an offer in. Send a video to the listing agent. Send a text to the listing agent. Let them know that it's coming there so they get it. And find out what it's going to take to win the offer. I know they can't give you details, but let them know that it is your in-house lender or it's your lender you work with on a regular basis. Let them know the strength of the buyer. It's more, this is just getting offers accepted. You got to get into the properties first. Another tip is call on your way to that next showing, because we've had a couple. The agents didn't call back and say that it was under contract. We go to open the door. Sarah's like, what are you doing here? Had an appointment. Call, verify that house is still available before you even spend 30 minutes driving to it.
Jeff, give me one or two key points for clients this year. What should they do to prepare themselves, or what should they look out for this year? What's your take on that?
I think with clients, whether buyers or sellers, and Todd has helped me grow significantly in this, is when I meet someone, I hand them, it's like a resume, it's like a book. I actually wrote a book on home. This is for buyers, and I have one for sellers, but I actually wrote a book, and it's like that thick for people that like to read and all the details. Not me. I can't read to save my life, and I listen to Audible, but I still went outside my comfort zone and I did it. So do your research. You're going to invest the biggest decision in your possibly life. You want to make sure the person that you're taking along with you, because we work for you. You don't work for us. You're the boss. We're not. We're just driving the car to your car. You want to make sure they're going to take it just as serious. I'm going to say that again. You want to make sure that the person that's guiding your decision and your finances and your investment is going to take it as serious, if not more. I stress out like crazy for my clients so they don't have to. And if you can't find someone like that, you're going to be stressed out. You shouldn't be.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. We take on the stress. Thank you guys so much for being here. I love you both to death. This is fantastic. Make sure you guys
good luck today
on everything. Thank you, man. I hope to put in this offer real soon. I'll be calling that agent, building that rapport on the way to the showing. And thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys check out the Takeover podcast. Again, we're on Apple, Google, iHeart, Spotify, everywhere. Make sure that you guys check us out every Wednesday at noon. We're going to have great ones like this, and these guys are going to be back this year. There's no doubt about that. Todd, or Jeff, give us the parting.
I just want to shout out to Dan. Dan, you're amazing. You know the platform that you have, the amount of hours. I don't think you have kids yet. My kids are getting older. I get more time, but I just want to give you a huge shout out. I've learned a lot from you, and you're building like a group, like a like an energy, like a community, and that's what EXP is all about, is building that community for helping us grow. And I just really appreciate that. Thank you.
For those watching, I paid Jeff to say that. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I got to run. See you guys later.